In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment. Force my blade.
Speed of light! Cut to the chase!
That tingle?
A touch of frost.
Careless. That tingle?
Spirit blade.
A hunter.
Look at you, Boozle! Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, let's look around.
One with my blade. Submit for judgment.
Don't look. Cut to the chase. Insubordination. I'm here. Pew pew. Cut to the chase. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do. Yes, this must. can do.
Behold.
This world is full of
was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go. Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! Alright, let's follow your... Oh, it looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? No. Oh, that's right! Now that you mention it, we...
In the name of the Prinzessin.
From whence you came!
Sayonara Special!
Swift and merciful!
Don't blink! Hey! Speed of light! With source from shadow!
Fling! Attack!
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Good. Don't blink.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you could know? Wait, maybe this was Ningguang. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a millilith ambush here to arrest us. Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come.
Fairy Fling! Attack!
Nowhere to hide.
Two arms!
By royal decree.
Swift and merciful! Submit for judgment!
Take the target alive!
Look at you, Boozle.
A touch of frost!
To the chase.
With the triad! Who goes there? Attack!
Speed pace.
One with the blade! Submit for judgment!
Take the target alive!
Shadow Raven. Let night fall.
Take this!
A touch of frost! Submit for judgment!
Can't handle your drink.
A touch
Take the target alive! Lithic Triad! Bested!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the...
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been... These Millilith are just here to guard the scene.
So this was all a misunderstanding?
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was... Huh? Oh, right.
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking side.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. Naturally, they would also I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've got to... Still, this is...
Should I forget it. I shouldn't... Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti... Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary... How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth,
Enough?
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say... You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the
Favor? But wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need...
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Well then, may we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon... So, what should we give to Ningguang when we... Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for... Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But Paimon's sure that we just... Let's go gather ingredients! Time waits for... Paimon? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure... Incoming!
Force my blade. Spirit blade. Attack!
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Nowhere to hide.
Thank you for your...
Aw, it was nothing.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both. Don't say that. I'm Mung Dan. I never expected that those treasures... Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment.
Oh?
Do you have a box that can store presents?
Of course we do. Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon sugar frosted slime. Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Uncle Mung already told many of the best goods in our here. This can...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure. Please help.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should... It's done! The one and...
Oh, yes. You might want to use these...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now... Excuse me, do you sell them?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting,
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have... At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to... One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the act. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you read.
what?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you...
Wait, was Virgo...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista...
you weren't
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy you're...
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What are you two
Well answered.
huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes.
Ooh, isn't this that legend?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they? If possible, I'd like to. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching. You'd pick Kuching? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue, well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us, but for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be. Indeed. It seems that I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomat. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite. Wait, that's right.
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So...
It's all... Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to... One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for great. Just imagine. Let's grab one. The biggest one. Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be sigil of permission? Some things? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds... But research on the sigil of permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for us to find... Oh, well, should we... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't complete... That's way out of pocket. Anyway, we'll see. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place...
careless.
Incoming. Cut to the chase.
Submit for judgment.
Don't blink.
One with my plan.
Let's end this quickly. Use this first.
Keep good. Cut to the chase. Look at you, Boozle. Yeah. Incoming.
Use this first.
Submit for judgment.
This is bad.
Swift and merciful.
Let's end this quickly. You'll get frostbite.
With swords and
Freshness preserved. Stay right there.
Wings of
Send this
darkness.
quickly.
Come, sever the...
From whence you came.
With sword comes shadow. Where'd that come from? Yeah, can't handle your drink. Huh. Don't put... Cut to the chase. Beat us up.
Forth my blade. This spells the end of the exorcist.
Here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. Paimon's seen this pattern Oh, Paimon knows. It looks just... But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of some... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil, talismans like that were once used in the art. Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission and being able to channel divine power in battle? And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Let's Go!
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Li. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's... Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liu at Qixing don't want to face that truth...
No respect. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing. Ningguang is more of a business. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui.
So, is there anything we need to get for the right of...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yu... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always
No. Those lilies have all been... Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of... Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really? What?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready. Da 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 da. What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because we sang a song from Mondstadt that they don't understand King and
Insubordination by royal decree.
Swift and merciful.
Yeah, Diana special. I'm here.
Insubordination.
Midnight Phantasmagoria. From whence you came.
Nowhere to hide.
Glaze lilies? Glaze...
This little monster is known as... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to...
Well, that's nice.
Unfortunately...
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah! That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to...
She's acting different from the first time we met.
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply...
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just...
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through... Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't... When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago... Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt, the other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends of the current 7 Archons. The youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700...
So what do you think of this? Fair...
Huh? As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue, but as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed...
Huh? Did you just say as...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
We dare not.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked them?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Gunyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him.
I've had enough ventures in my... Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked...
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's a...
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something...
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every...
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some... However, both sides were quite...
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contract.
Surely the Liu Qixing are not the...
Their boneheadedness is known...
And what now?
That's all. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your new... Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wong...
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave. Consider your next course of action carefully, travel.
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. He must be waiting for the moment when... But where could we find... Where would he go at a time like this? looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even big? This is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora. Oh, right! But it's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon's, quick! We have to go make sure that the
You've already fulfilled your...
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross. And you're in... Although I'm... Don't you think that trying to... Stopping the more...
So you've been planning to take the...
As one of the she will get that which she desires. I'm not asked the time for discussion either way. The battle.
Battle? So you...
Instead of confronting you direct when she faces a worth... But as for me...
We won't let what happened...
Oh, so besides, you could never Fighting talk, I love... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui harbinger. So come down, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. You've made some progress. Cowering already? Not bad, not bad. Not bad. You've got a trick or two. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wearing of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a harbinger. The price of a single slip.
Look at you, Spookin', I'm a rock!
Fourth, my blade. Gotcha. Very blade.
Hiding back there. You've got some skills. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the golden house to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Cut to the chase.
Midnight Phantasmagoria. You're a cut.
Look! Child's back to normal.
Well, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell you.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? I can see, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, this battle has already left me set. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Pretty sure that's not the norm.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable converse, given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just—
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers. As such, we must now look to our
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest— The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and—
But The Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world—
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permit— Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was with the power of so many sigils of using the powers of— But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to— Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Niwa, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as— Did we make it in time? Is the over—
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the—
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to—
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex—
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any close.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against— So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough—
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is—
What? Wait, all of you were supposed—
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once reap, and as fate would have, for what could you mortals ever learn of it?
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti. So be it. We shall use the upgraded— We haven't a moment to spare.
Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Grecian Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Looks like I went too far.
A touch of frost. From whence you came.
Let's move. Have a look at this.
Cut to the chase.
Killjoy! Only just begun.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
One shall descend once again.
How dare it? Mechanized diplomats will answer to this afterward. Every last one.
Stay.
Yeah, look at you! The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many between you! We can't help!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow, it's Madame Pain's shockwaves! This green is really strong!
Looks like I midnight phantasmagoria. No slacking off my duty.
Don't blink!
Send this quickly. This isn't good.
Nowhere to hide.
Yes, this isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Submit for judgment.
Anywhere. My duty.
Look at me!
A touch of frost.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right? Nowhere to hide.
This is it.
Nowhere to hide. Keep pace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it final?
The ominous aura of that monster, the effects of the sigil of it will be some time before the
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloudrit. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already... At first, it was only the size of a small room. But it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Both seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came.
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day, Liyue and its... But that does not mean that the Liyue of... Do not merely cast your...
Are you questioning our means of protecting...
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti...
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared...
What?
In the dream, I also thought to tell him, but I dared not.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the
Though your point is the very height of As Adepti, we've become a laughing...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps, although I am a mere
More.
Huh? Why does everyone look...
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong... When danger is near, everyone always thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to
Huh?
because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue, the country of contracts, is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. Although their blood is weak, there is still the time of contracts between gods and Liyue.
Seeing the port around us now, it is...
Your line of inquiry is askew.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the conqueror of demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps, fair enough.
Since we Adepti have but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got... Child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the... Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid...
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland bit... Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liu? We had better go and make sure...
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
What should I put in my
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the... Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
It's Zhongli and Child!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious.
No! Don't let her get all 7 elements. And our last battle, so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may have... The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole thing?
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6... Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the I stood motionless among the crowds, asking...
Oh, Zhongli...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue the city I had dwelt in for so long? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so many years. That's right. Which is why I can...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that the Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, and hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Senora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the...
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Arch...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a book.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. But my agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsarits... Uncover that answer for yourself in your...
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown.
Yes, and to think that this happened.
Say, do you think the person.
Now that you mention it, it all fits together. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use.
Oh, well, so Rex Lapis. Oh, come on. Do you think there's only one real possibility for Tui? Shh. Look.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountain, gods and adepti live. Rumors and hearsay abound, having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're... Something feels off. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis was... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul...
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walk.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the...
So young! The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, name your price.
Whoa...
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Huh. Thought it'd see... Well...
Perhaps.
As for the...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking up...
Why would I not feel more at ease? after laying down the burden I have borne for right, if the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk.
You're right. I do lack the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it, but since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely the Archon Morax. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets. That is true. But
Paimon thinks that we should make a move.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in—
Paimon thinks
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though, Zhongli, since—
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows truth, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat—
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within
They want to seize visions. But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because the Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity— All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Well then.
So, are you buying or not?
I created.
Give me that transfer.
Add Astro. I created another. Got lucky that time. With sword comes shadow.
A new job.
By royal decree.
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
Forth my blade. From whence you came. After all that training.
With sword comes shadow.
One with my blade. Swift and merciful. From whence you came. One with my...
Can't have it, you drink. Huh.
One with my blade. A touch of frost. Very blade.
The insubordination. Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from day.
No rest for the wicked. Forth my blade.
Don't pay. Got lucky. Nowhere to hide. The insubordination. Huh?